Welcome to the kitchen where the guy cooks. I'm Blair Koss, and this is my lovely wife Jen.
Hey everybody.
And she's here today to help me with this challenge, which is cooking the Thanksgiving turkey.
Woody woody.
We have here Percy, who we met on Avid Farm about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, Percy here wasn't chucked out of a helicopter and scraped out of a parking lot in Cincinnati, Ohio. He actually was roaming around.
And so Percy was actually fresh and has never been frozen. Probably will cook a little bit faster than a supermarket turkey that has been frozen. Also, when you buy your turkey, watch to see if it's been any sodium or water added to it, because therefore you could skip the brining step. But
Important.
a lot of turkeys aren't brined in advance.
That's an important part of this process. So
Yes, it is. So for brining, what we're going to do, and this is a 16-pound bird, what we're going to do is do a brining solution that's probably on the light side compared to other recipes, but I like to use 1 cup of kosher salt to every gallon of water. So I have 2 gallons of water here and 2 cups of kosher salt.
wow, that looks like a lot of salt.
Could you hand me a spoon, dear?
I can. That looks like a lot of salt. There you go.
And it's not that we're applying, it's just going to enter the bird gradually over time. And the reason that I like to use a little bit lighter solution is that way I have pretty good luck getting all of the salt actually dissolved into the water, where if you use one of the heavier ones, I've seen it as much as 2 cups of kosher salt per gallon of water.
Wow.
So that'd be 4 cups, twice what I just put in here. And it's very hard to get all that dissolved. And what I've heard from other folks is that they don't get it all dissolved, then they pull the bird out of the brine, half a day later or so, and there's a cake of salt on the bottom of it.
So what does the brining do, Blair? Like why is this an important step, and why do supermarket birds already come brined?
It helps the bird maintain moisture and adds some seasoning into the meat as well.
You can tell I don't cook.
No, she doesn't. So we're not making that up.
We'd starve to death if it was up to me.
She occasionally heats pizza and stuff up.
I'm really
well.
good reheater. I'm a good reheater. Okay, so it adds flavor, but then it also keeps moisture in so that I have a nice moist bird, not like some dried, I'm thinking National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What it does is, if you don't brine a chicken or a turkey, you have very little wiggle room on temperature, and the birds do cook a bit unevenly. Where this, you've got some play of, instead of having to pull it right at 160, 165, you could get to 170 and the bird's not, not dry.
Does white or dark meat affect the temperature too in the cooking time in a bird, or?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The white meat will get overcooked at about 165 or so, but the dark meat you want to cook to 175 or so. And so it's always a challenge to evenly cook a whole turkey like this.
Well, because you want Percy to come out looking like this on the table. I mean, you don't want Percy to come out hacked.
Nice and golden brown, not naked and raw.
But you don't want you don't want Percy here hacked up too, where the white meat got pulled out and you're still trying to cook the dark meat down and that kind of thing. I mean, you want Percy very presentable.
It's a very tough challenge.
Okay.
If you're following my stuffing recipe, remove the wings before you put the turkey into the brine, which I have done, remove the wings from this bird.
Is that because the wings are going to be used for the stuffing?
It is. It's another secret so that you can make a lot of stuffing that tastes like it's been inside the bird.
Gotcha. This is a multi-day process.
Yes. We're through. This is day 2 of our escapade here for Thanksgiving.
Yep, stock was yesterday. That was an all-day affair. So.
Yes, it was.
Alrighty.
All right. I like to put the bird into the bucket first and then pour the water over it, and that avoids the tsunami of water if you do it in the reverse way. So,
Cleaning girl approves.
Yes, and that's because I've learned those lessons.
Yeah.
I like to put a lid over this and then put it in the fridge. And about 8 hours minimal to overnight, 16 hours or so will do. Then there's a step after this that you need to give time for, which is we'll pull it out of the brine and then let it air dry in the fridge after that to really help with browning the skin during the cooking process. I have pulled the turkey from the bucket and put it onto a wire rack. And now we need to dry the turkey skin with paper towels.
What happened to the bird's wings?
The wings?
I mean, like, let's face it, this bird is not runway ready here. This is not a presentable. like this is looking like a hacked up bird we're bringing to the Thanksgiving table.
I admit that it does look worse than I expected when I came up with this wild idea. But I have a couple of counterpoints to this.
Okay.
And that is, one, you know, how many people really take the full bird to the table and carve it in front of everybody? And if you do that, you need a full turkey, I agree. I found a lot of people take the bird and carve it in the kitchen where it's safe and comfortable, and then they bring a platter of meat to the table.
I have to admit, every Thanksgiving I've ever been to does that.
So in that case, who's really going to miss the wings?
Okay,
that's a theory. And then my other part is, if you really need the wings, then just buy a second set of wings from the farmer or the grocery store and use those. And if you can't find the wings, then just buy chicken wings and thighs, and you can make the stuffing recipe with that.
Okay, fair enough. Just the sausage making process is an interesting one, that's for sure.
And I can't go get a Percy's brother either.
No.
So, real TV here, folks. So, what we want to do is pat this nice and dry.
Okay.
And I've been working on it before.
Why do you pat it?
We want to get as much moisture off the bird as possible.
Okay.
And now we're going to place it into open, uncovered, on this wire rack, so the air gets all the way around it, into the refrigerator.
Okay, and how long in the refrigerator for?
At least 8 hours will really dry it nicely. And the goal here is to have as little moisture, you know, on the surface of the bird, so that the skin really dries up nice and crisp. You get that
Is this
wonderful
how we
flavor.
get the crispy the skin?
This is how it happens, right there.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. The turkey has been in the refrigerator overnight, and you can see the transformation on the skin. It is nice and dry. It is just going to create a beautiful crust in the oven. Now we need to prep the bird, and I recommend this step. I will admit it's optional, and it's a little over the top, but I've got 1 carrot, 1 celery, and 1 onion roughly chopped here. I'm placing them into a cheesecloth. I'm going to tie this up with a little kitchen twine. Not bad. I'm actually going to leave these long so I can get into the cavity later when it's hot and pull it out. And what this is going to do is leach off just that nice aromatics vegetable flavor into particularly the dark meat and the general meat as it cooks. So not stuffing it, just adding some flavor there. All right, I also trussed up the legs, and I've washed my hands. Now I'm going to get the bird into a roasting pan. And I'm going to start by putting 1 cup of water into the bottom. And this is so the drippings don't burn during the cooking process. Then I've got a V-rack for in there as well with heavy-duty aluminum foil on it. I'm going to spray that with a little bit of cooking spray. We'll make a step later on when we turn the bird over. Now I'm going to place the bird onto the rack, breast side down. And this is a step that we're doing to cook the dark meats more up front, and we're putting it in a higher oven to start with. And then about an hour from now, we're going to flip the bird over so that the breast meat starts, that skin gets to brown, and then that it also cooks. And ideally, we'll get we'll get a nice in-between, even cooking on the meat. Now we're going to coat the skin of the bird that's exposed with some of the melted butter. This is going to just start that browning process. Now we want to sprinkle salt over the outside of the bird and hit it with a little fresh black pepper. Now we're going to place the turkey into a 400-degree oven. We want the turkey on the lower middle rack. Oh, doesn't that look good already? I have 2 dry kitchen towels to turn the bird over with. Do not use paper towels. There's going to be some juices in the cavity and they're going to run off onto those thin paper towels and burn you. So take the kitchen towels and use them and then wash them later. You just want to get on both sides of the bird and try to look smooth on camera, and that never happens. All right, there's a lesson learned right there. Oh. I think we're going to keep that because that's just really how it goes down. You're not gonna look like the superstars on TV when you do this at home, and neither do I. So now we've protected that breast meat for the first part of cooking. I'm going to turn the oven temperature down. Before we put the turkey back in the oven, we do want to brush the exposed skin here with more of this wonderful melted butter. Be liberal here at this point because this is what's really going to create that $1 million dry crust. Nice and golden, and oh, it's just going to be awesome. I am in my element right here. We're taking a temperature of the white meat and the dark meat. We have 168 in the breast and 178 on the thigh at the joint. So just perfect temperatures. Now it's time to move it to the rack to rest. And now we have some beautiful drippings in the pan. Jen has this look of horror. She knows I'm going to head for the sink with the foil. I promise you it'll be all right. In this pan we have quite a bit of turkey fat and some nice drippings. We're going to put that into a fat separator. It is tasting time for the turkey. This has been 4 days of filming.
4 days.
I am so excited to eat this meal.
He's worked hard. He's worked hard for it.
It's been a great experience, this wonderful Thanksgiving in October. Yeah. Who could ask for anything more?
Hey, we're bringing in our Canadian friends because they celebrate their Thanksgiving around Columbus Day. So,
that is true.
Kind of bridging the gap there.
I'm still going to enjoy 2 Thanksgiving. That's what I'm getting out of this.
Yes, he is. All right, well, let's see what all your hard work has produced here.
Let's dig in.
Oh, I like the white meat.
I just had a piece of the dark, and it's got that flavoring of the vegetables. Oh, wonderful flavor.
I'm a white meat girl, but this is definitely moist. It's not too dry, and I think I actually can tell. I actually think I can tell the brine just a little bit. There's a little more flavor to it because I didn't have to salt this. So
yeah, that's right. We didn't salt it at all.
No.
So. Comment on the potatoes there?
That along with the potatoes, I like your whipped potatoes. So that along with the
I got a good grade on that. So
yeah, that along with the turkey, plays really well. And then of course I do demand a vegetable. So Blair typically makes his roasted Brussels sprouts, which that recipe's out there on the website. But that does a nice balance for Jen's Thanksgiving. So the turkey is definitely an A. This is this is a great.
An A.
Yeah,
good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I got an A on the potatoes and the turkey.
Yeah, actually I would say the turkey's an A+. It really is not overly dry.
An A+.
You're not doing that kind of thing. So
I don't know. We worked really hard on this.
No, you're going to have to rate your own gravy. So
well, I give the gravy an A+ because it is just bursting with turkey flavor. You know, you saw how we made it with turkey stock and the drippings from the pan and the turkey fat from the pan. Mm-hmm. You know, lots of work went into it, and it really pays off that kind of, gravy. You will get talked about if you spend that little bit extra time to make the stock ahead. Mm-hmm. So I definitely hope you'll try that. The turkey, again, we put out the greatest hits for Thanksgiving. It's our first year of doing this.
Yes.
And I hope that you enjoyed it. You can get this recipe as well as many other recipes out on my website.
Plus all the other Thanksgiving recipes.
That's right. All of the 2016 specials
That's
out there.
right. That's
So
right.
that's on theguycooks.com. Please check it out. Leave me a comment. I always reply. Have a great day, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Oh, that goes so well with a burgundy too.
It does. It does.